What's going on, everybody? Uh, Thank y'all for tuning into the show. Definitely do thank y'all for your patience on everything, but we are getting ready to get started, and we're definitely going to get into this. We're going to talk a little bit about the Packers game because I know I didn't do a post game like I said I would, so I got to hold myself accountable and make myself a dunce simply on that. But we're going to talk a little bit about. We're definitely going to talk a little bit about um, this loss to Green Bay, but then also we're going to talk about the Dolphins and get ready for Monday night. And I know that the rest of the country isn't very excited about it, but and even some of us are not excited about it either. But hey, we're gonna make the best of this, and we're gonna figure out how to fix this team. So we're going to definitely get into that. As you can see, we got our Will Levis moments, but we're going to get this thing started in less than 60 seconds.
Call me a call me a call me a call me a Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing.
Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody?
Good evening, Titan Nation. How's everybody doing this evening? Welcome into TNT Tonight. I'm your host, Chris, aka Blue Enforcer, and we're gonna have a very good episode on this evening. We're gonna try to turn a negative into a positive, as hard as that might be. But first thing to do to help keep that a positive is first off, I need you to share this show out. Whether you share it out on YouTube or if you're listening on LinkedIn, go ahead and share it out. Whether it be on Facebook, X, or Instagram, go ahead and share this show out to everybody and let everybody know where they can come in for the very best content on the Tennessee Titans. Definitely follow at TNT Blue Enforcers on Facebook or at TNT Blue Enforcer on X and also on Instagram at Titans underscore in underscore truth. Definitely make sure y'all follow me there. Everybody that comes in, make sure you hit that like button. Please help me out. That helps the algorithm and that helps bring other people into the channel as well. And if you're new to the channel, please do definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me and hit all under your notifications so that way you know when I go live each and every time. And then, of course, I'm trying to do better on this. Make sure y'all follow on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, or Google Podcasts, wherever you get the podcast from. Definitely make sure y'all follow me there. But I definitely do appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. I know it's been a rough few days for us. Actually, it's been a rough weekend for me personally. With my teams, I see Louis and AC Mick is in the building. What's up, gentlemen? I know y'all tired of losing just like I am. I mean, it's been a bad weekend for me too. My Memphis Tigers not only lose to Navy on Saturday, a game I thought they were going to win, but my University of Memphis decide to be stupid and decide not to accept an invitation to go into the Pac 12. I'll definitely get into that a little bit later with Shut Your Pie Hole. So we're definitely going to get into that. But quickly, Okay. Sorry about that, but we're going to get into this right quick. But first things first. Since I didn't do a post game, I owe you guys a little bit of my thoughts on this, a little bit of an explanation. This was horrific. It was awful. It was a disgrace. It was probably one of the worst football games I have seen this Titan team play. And if they had lost to Jordan Love, this one will probably be a little bit easier to swallow because Jordan Love is becoming pretty good. However, you lost to Malik freaking Willis. Somebody that this team threw away 3 weeks ago in a trade. And he comes back less than a month later. And not only does he look like a competent quarterback, he came up in here and he embarrassed our football team. He beat the brakes off of us. He didn't just win the game. He kicked our asses, literally. We looked unprepared. We looked like we were overconfident, like, ain't nobody gonna run on us. Well, they kind of did a little bit. And Will Levis was being Will Levis. And let me just go ahead and say this right now. I am out on Will Levis. I'm done with him. Pinball said we're going to be all right. Try to stay positive. Right now we suck. I am definitely positive about that. B, what's up, homie? I got to get up with you, too. And Steve said, sure did. And I agree. And props to Malik. Props to Malik and props to Matt LaFleur figuring out how to use him, unlike what we couldn't do for years, which I blame Mike Vrabel because I've said this many times before. Vrabel failed Malik. He never put Malik in a position to succeed. He always put him in a position to fail. And we saw on Sunday what happens when you can put a player in position to succeed. It actually works. When you play to the strength of your players, when you play to the strength of your quarterback, things tend to go pretty well. How come the Titans can't adopt that? How come they can't figure it out? That's something I just don't know, and I know all of y'all want to answer to it too. But Malik throws for 202 yards, a touchdown, ran for 73 and a score. I mean, did pretty well. And they shut us down at the exact same time. Levis turned the ball over as usual. And sometimes can't get out of his own way. So this was a piss poor performance all the way around with everyone. And we're going to talk about that in Stock Up, Stock Down. Because I'm going to mention something that Callahan did that really had me questioning him. Jagler said those traits can't be coached out of Levis. I mean, that's what they're trying to do, but sometimes it's up to the person. You could tell a person how to do certain things, but if they don't comprehend what you're telling them, you could tell them something 1,000 times. They're still not going to get it. Dale says he was ready for his turn, and he was. He was ready. No doubt about it. We could have kept him on the practice squad at least. Here's the problem. Somebody was going to scoop him up. He would have had to been our third quarterback. Somebody was going to scoop Malik off our practice squad. And he definitely did well. What's up, HVACR? What's going on? But quickly enough, that was an embarrassing loss all the way around. and it looked terrible from the beginning. I mean, Titans drove down and got the first score, or the Packers got the first score, and then the Titans answered. And then, of course, Levis does what Levis does, throws a pick six and completely flips the game on its head. And once that happened, it just seemed like nobody could bounce back from that. Everybody got down. So, yeah, I'm done with Will Levis. I don't believe in him. I don't believe in him. He is not the quarterback that we need on this football team. You might as well go with Mason Rudolph right now and just see what you got. But I know what they're going to do. They're going to give Will Levis the chance on Monday Night Football. Because they're probably going to think, well, he had the magic last year. Let's see if he can do it again. I highly doubt it. I'm just going to tell y'all right now. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I'm putting money against the Titans. I'm betting money on the Dolphins on this game. I think the Dolphins are going to win. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. The Dolphins are going to win. Even with Tyler Huntley as starting quarterback. I am betting against the Titans for one simple reason. Will Levis is going to help the Dolphins win that game. I'm already betting again. They're a 1.5 point favorite. I'm picking the Dolphins. Will Levis is going to turn the ball over. I'm betting on that too. Whether it be an interception or a fumble, he's going to turn it over. "32nd in power rankings." I understand. I agree. Dale says it's a mental thing. Yep. Amara says Mayo boy trash. I agree. Miss Margarita, how you doing, sweetheart? Monday we will see. I agree. He better step up or he gonna be out. Love all the patience we have for Levis and zero patience we have for Malik. I agree with that. They threw Malik away like trash. Now, Malik got better under Callahan, but I'm not going to lie. Mason Rudolph did look better than Malik did. That's true. Pinball said at least 2 turnovers for Will. I agree. Dale said he believed Titans going to win. For your sake, I hope you're right. I'm not as optimistic. I'm sorry, but that's just me being honest. And right now, it's went down to +1. Right now, the Dolphins are a 1 point favorite now, which I will take the Dolphins. I'm going to take the Dolphins. Interceptions thrown. +100, Will Levis under 1 interception. They think he's going to throw it too, which I'm like, I'm for it. I'm like, I'm going. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to try to see if I can put a good prop together. And we're going to see about that. Lewis said, I got a weird feeling we're going to blow out Miami. Not in your wildest dreams. That ain't going to happen. Let's just be honest. But anyway, let's get into, but again, as I mentioned, Titans humiliated 30-14, 0-3. They're 0-3 on the year. So, you know, there's a lot of things we got to clean up. So now we get to the good, the bad, and the god-awful. The good, DeAndre Hopkins, 6 catches, 73 yards, and a score. came through. He showed up. But Levis zeroed in on him. I wish he would do the same thing with Calvin Ridley. But it's perfectly obvious he loved throwing to DeAndre Hopkins. I can figure that out. Another part of the good, J.C. Latham. Looks like he might actually be a left tackle despite the rest of the offensive line. Some parts not looking great. We'll get to that later. But J.C. Latham, now he ain't an all-pro yet, so my bet is still intact. However, not bad. Not bad at all. J.C. Latham, we might have found us a left tackle. Now, if we find somebody that's just as good or better left tackle, then you can move him to right, and you're straight. That's what I would think. But that's just me. The bad, I would have to say the defense. Because I've been harping up the defense for the last few weeks, and they really let me down. So I'm not too happy about that. Defense failed me. And I don't appreciate being made a fool of. And that's exactly what the defense did. Another part of the bad, and I agree, Louis brought it up, play calling wasn't good on either side of the ball. And one part that did get me is Brian Callahan on 4th and 2 was originally sending the punt team out. And you heard the fans booing. And I guess he decided, oh, dang, I don't want to make the fans mad. So he calls a timeout to go for it on 4th down. And Will Levis does what Will Levis does and screws it up when he could have, as he was rolling off, he could have dumped it off to Pollard. Pollard maybe gets the 2 yards and you get the 1st down and you keep the drive going. Instead, Will from like 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage thinks, oh, I can go 7 yards to get 2, and he gets stuffed for like a yard. But Brian Callahan, and I think that's a lesson he will learn because he's a young coach, is if you're going to go for it, go for it. Don't think about it. If you feel it's in your heart to go for it, you go for it and you don't think twice about it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, hey, you stuck with your guts. If you felt it was best to punt the ball away, you punt the ball away. At that moment, a timeout was unnecessary. So I thought that was bad. The god-awful NPF. That offensive line. 8 sacks given up. I want to say everybody except Latham maybe gave up 1. I think Skoronski gave up 1. Cushenberry gave up 1. Petit Ferrer, I think, gave up like 2 or 3. And then, Radens, I think, did struggle just a little. But I am also going to say a few of those sacks were on Will Levis himself. Because there were quite a few times where he had a clean pocket and he drifted himself into the sack when he could have gotten rid of the football. So a couple of those sacks were on Levis himself not being smart. And Will Levis does seem like he's a one-read quarterback. If his first read, which is Hopkins, is not there, he panics. Because there were a couple of plays I saw, there were guys open, and he didn't even try to throw the ball to him. And so, I just don't have it. XD Gamer, welcome to the 0-3 club. You 0-3 just like us. And so, Ms. Marguerite's talking about, you was with me on the defense. And now, I will say this. I think the defense, that was kind of a one-off. Now, are they always going to have good performances? No. But I think the defense, I have more faith the defense will be better off than the offense at the moment. So I have faith the defense can turn it around and they'll get it straight. Should have dumped it off to Pollard. I agree. They were upset with Levis. I would be too. Green Bay drives, goes down, scores at the tone. Now that I can agree. The O-line, we got to fix that. I don't know how they're going to fix it, but they're going to have to fix something. That much is a fact. But the god-awful, definitely the offensive line and Will Levis. Because I can't believe in Mayo Boy anymore. I can't. He stinks. And we all know he does. Anybody that thinks he doesn't is a liar. That much is a fact. You need to stop staring down receivers. I agree. You need to go through your progressions. But while we're at it, let's go into stock up, stock down. And while we're at it, we're talking about this. Get in your nominees for the Two-Tone Blue Star of the Week and the Dunce of the Day. I'm pretty sure there's not too many Star of the Week nominees, but there are some Dunce of the Day nominees. And let's go ahead and start with the positive, the stock up. As I mentioned, J.C. Latham starting to look like he might be a pretty decent tackle. DeAndre Hopkins, he's looking like he's rounding into form. Looks like he's starting to become his old self again. And then I had to throw Malik Willis on there because, shout out to Malik. XD said, I thought J.C. Latham was your boy. You know I was not a fan of that pick. You watched. How is your O-line bad? XD, I got a question for you. Focus on how come y'all were dumb enough to spend $55 million a year on a quarterback that just ain't that good in Trevor Lawrence. Lawrence ain't that good either. Your football team sucked too. So don't just come for us on that. But I got to give a shout out to Malik because I liked Malik. I wanted him to get, I hate he didn't get a fair shake here. But I'm happy for him with the success that he's had. He's already went to Green Bay and has won more games than Will Levis has this season. He got 2. Levis has none this year. XD, this sounds like excuses right here. This sounds like excuses. Excuses are for the incompetent. So, again, J.C. Latham, DeAndre Hopkins, and Malik Willis, I think their stocks are up. Stock down, everybody else. And it's just as simple as that. Everybody else. Nobody else really looked good. Tony Pollard struggled. Tajay Spears tried to do a little something. Not much. Offensive line had their struggles. Burks continues to stink. The defense, for the first time, just looked really bad. They're going to have to figure out a way to set the edge on these outside runs, or other teams are going to start doing the same thing. So CR4 TV said we kept the wrong quarterback. Maybe. Remember, like, I'm so glad I didn't watch the game. I get it. I shouldn't have watched either. But I got Buffalo Wild Wings out of it. So I definitely did appreciate that. But everybody else gets stopped down because nobody else did good. Brian Callahan did not coach a good game. Denard Wilson did not coach a good defense. Bill Callahan, you need to figure out this offensive line. And everybody else on defense, y'all need to quit talking crap. Talk about, can't nobody run on us and actually stop somebody. Do that. If you do that, we might be all right. But I actually have faith the defense can turn it around. But let's start off with, now we're going to go into who is our two-tone blue star of the week. And it really ain't too many nominees to go by. If we take a look, I would probably say DeAndre could definitely be one. I'm trying to see who else. I mean, Ernest Jones got 10 tackles. He's a tackling machine. Kenneth Murray had a couple of sacks. Big Jeff had his first sack of the year. But I'm not really going to waste anybody's time. I think the two-tone blue star of the week, without a doubt, has to be good old D-Hop. 6 catches, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Probably the only bright spot offensively. This man, like, stop trying to sell products and leave that girlfriend of his alone. I mean, I agree. Doesn't seem like Will Levis knows where to go with the ball. That's true. Because if his first read ain't there, he panics. If it ain't a check down or downtown, he don't know how to throw across the middle. And I don't know why. Van Ness had his first touchdown. I did see that one. But the two-tone star of the week, I give to DeAndre Hopkins. But as y'all know, whenever there is a star of the week, there is a dunce of the day. And I really could go a whole lot of different ways on this one. You could go offensive line, NPF. You could go Will Levis. You could go Treylon Burks. You can go anybody on the defense. And I was going to go in one direction, but I think I'm heading in a different one for the dunce of the day. The dunce of the day, I got to put this one on Brian Callahan because he did not have this team prepared to play. And they should have been. They should have came out and played a lot better than they did. I mean, yes, Will Levis struggled, and then the defense struggled. We should have been prepared to play. Now, honorable mention, I agree with Louis, is Jeff. Because Big Jeff, on a fourth down where Narvelson missed the field goal, but Big Jeff gets called for holding, and it gives them an automatic first down, and then they score a touchdown out of that drive. So instead of only giving up 3, or I'm sorry, not giving up any points because he missed the field goal, they ended up scoring a touchdown out of that. So Big Jeff could get an honorable mention. Absolutely. But I got to go with Brian Callahan because he should have this team better prepared to play against the Green Bay Packers and not be lackadaisical. So that's kind of how I go with my dunce of the day. And Marguerite said NPF for looking stupid, looking lost. And I agree. He did look lost. Donkey of the week. You mean dunce. I got you. But those are our two-tone blue star of the week and dunce of the day. But now, let's get into this game with the Miami Dolphins, shall we? At the time, the Tennessee Titans were a 1.5 point favorite. Now I know the Dolphins are a 1 point favorite. I don't think too many people are very interested in this game, but we shall see. Of course, the Dolphins, not that good offensively, especially in scoring. 16th in total offense, 25th in running the ball, 11th in passing the ball. Some of that was pre-Tua being injured numbers. But we're definitely going to find out. Defensively, the 22nd in scoring defense, 11th in total yards, 12th in running, 12th in passing. 12th against the pass, 12th against the run. So their defense is going to be pretty good. And they have a couple of familiar faces. One in Aaron Brewer on offense, David Long Jr. on defense. So we're going to have our work cut out for us, especially with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle out there. Doesn't matter who at quarterback. As long as you got the Penguin and the Cheetah out there, they can cause problems. And the Titans offensively don't have great numbers themselves. 29th in total offense, 28th in passing, 20th in running, 28th in scoring offense. Not good. So, Titans offensively got some cleaning up to do. Defensively, they need to shore up some things, particularly the run game. If they can shore that up, they will be a great defense. They're 5th in total defense, 3rd against the pass still, but they're 20th against the run, tied for 24th in scoring defense. They're going to have to lessen up how many points they give up. So, how did the Tennessee Titans get a victory over the Miami Dolphins? And really, these Blue Enforcer 4 points to victory, they're not really about the Dolphins. They're about us. And number one is, you just got to remember the only way to go is up. You've got to show some backbone. Show that you care. Show that you give a damn. And that you can try to see if you can turn the season around. Because if you're 0-4, I mean, there's no good ways to look at anything going forward. Try to win this game at least to build for something. Because the only way you could go is up. You're already at a low, an all-time low. A lot of people have said this team has hit rock bottom. So number 2 is Levis and the offensive line need to get their heads out of their collective tails and get some confidence. And Brian Callahan has to help them with that. Call some easy plays that'll get them into a rhythm so that they can gain some confidence in themselves. They got to definitely do that. Excuse me. So that's number 2. You got to find some confidence. This offense has to believe in themselves that they can do this. Because if they can show they can do this, they'll find a way to come back. And so it leads me to number 3. Get that Nashville nasty back. Get back to being the bullies, physical. Get after teams. You know, forget about what's impossible and start thinking about what's possible. And make the impossible possible. Get mean, get grimy, get ugly, get down and dirty. Legally, though. Get that Nashville nasty back. And then last but not least, to do that, you got to fix this tackling problem. Because there were a lot of missed tackles in the game against the Packers. And I know the Tennessee Titans are better than that. Team South says it will be the most Titan thing ever to improve to 3-3 somehow, and we beat the Bills. It would be. B. Payne said D-line is too small to be nasty. I don't know if they'd be too small. Maybe we need some more depth. CR4 says Callahan needs to coach the player's strength. I agree. Ryan says can't have it from your star player. I agree. Yeah, I can't remember Devin Achane. Yep. Can't forget him. Zari said they expect to fill that new stadium with visiting fans. Well, they better start putting a winning product on the field. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Had a long day today. Had to work a couple of jobs, so it could be a little tiring. Ms. Ben said they put Rudolph in, we'll win games. I actually agree with that. Defensively, we need to score some points defensively. At least get turnovers. Because we are -8 in turnover differential, and we have yet to capture a turnover. I mean, I agree. Brian Callahan has got to figure this out. But I'm willing to give him a little bit more grace because this is his first year. But he needs to figure it out. So the Titans better figure that magic out. They've got to find themselves and get it together. But unfortunately, in the moment of truth, I don't think they're going to figure it out. Dolphins are going to win 24-20. And so that's just my thought about that. I just don't think the Titans have the confidence to go in there and win. They may not have enough. And Tyler Huntley might end up looking decent. But that's just my thought. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. But now it's time for Shut Your Pie Hole. And I think I have a couple that I want to go off of. Number one is The first such poll that I have is against my alma mater, the University of Memphis. I was so disappointed they did not join the Pac-12 conference when they had a chance. And I would have moved to the Pac-12. Better conference, better competition, and Memphis would have been able to thrive in the top Power 5 conference there is. Now, even though the Pac-12 might be in some legal water, that wouldn't have affected Memphis as much. And so, I just think Memphis made a bad decision. They should have stayed. They should have went to the Pac-12. So to the AAC and to my alma mater, shut your pie hole. Memphis, find a way to get to the Pac-12. Get out of that stinky AAC. It's a sinking ship. Don't go down with it. And Memphis saying, why did you say that the Titans are going to fall 24-20? Because that's my honest opinion. I do not think the Titans win this game. And I already said it in the beginning. I'm putting money against the Titans until they can prove to me they can win. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be honest. And Marguerite said, I was sad to lose on my PSL, but now I don't feel bad because I can sit at home and watch these next 3 years of rebuild. Plus, I don't have new stadium money and deal with opponents taking over. I mean, I want to get my tickets back, but I can wait and save my money. That new stadium is going to be nice. There's nothing in the Pac-10. What competition? So you would rather be happy playing Rice, North Texas, Army, teams that ain't that good, when you can go to the Pac-12 and you can play Boise State, have a good rivalry with San Diego State, who is a pretty decent basketball team. And you may have a better shot of like the Big 12 or the ACC calling. And if they're thinking they're waiting on those conferences to call, 99 times out of 100, they ain't calling. If the Big 12 wanted you, they would have took you already. If the ACC wanted you, they would have took you already. The Pac-12 wanted you, and you said no. I wouldn't have done that. The AAC guilt tripped Memphis into staying. Memphis can't beat Navy. Here's the thing. Navy is always a scary game because they play a whole different kind of offense. They play option wing T football, like what we had to learn when we were in high school. And the thing about us at Whitehaven, we had to play a lot. We had to play quite a few teams that ran that wing T, that option offense. Very difficult offense to defend. It's a very difficult offense to defend. Next Wednesday going to be interesting. I mean, agree. Couldn't be UCF or SMU. Brandon, come on, dog. We beat your team, Florida State. Florida State couldn't beat us. And y'all had to beat some lowly team to finally get a win. Come on, dog. If we gonna talk like this, let's call a spade a spade. Your Seminoles couldn't beat us, and we didn't even play a good game, dog. We didn't even play a good game, and we still won. Come on now. You my boy, and I love you. But I gotta call you out on that. We beat y'all in your house. Dang, I wish we was there for that one. FSU is having a down year. Norvellis had them 0-3 a couple of years in a row now. I think 2 of the last 3 years, they started off 0-3. Now, they've rebounded the year before. But this one, I don't think they're going to rebound. Sorry, dog. Got to be honest with you. We've beaten Central Florida before. We've beaten SMU before. Now, yes, we should have beat SMU last year. I was there. We should have beat SMU last year. We would have went to the AAC championship game. We should have beat them. I agree with that. And yes, Ms. Mims, I do see that Michigan won, and I was happy for them. Although I wanted USC to at least cover the spread. I wanted USC to kind of win or cover the spread at least. But nothing went my way. Nothing went my way. So I shut your pie hole on that, y'all. And honestly enough, and another shut your pie hole is on me because I did not do a post game. So I apologize for that. That was my bad. I was depressed just like all of you, but there is no excuse. And I'm going to hate to say this, but I have to say shut your pie hole on my corporation, on the Fox network. Because I did not like the fact that the Titans were supposed to be playing on Fox. They have the Nashville area where they're showing the game, but we're in the entire state of Tennessee. And instead, they decide to stick us with the Eagles and the Saints. Now, granted, how we performed, I understand why. But at the same time, we're in the state of Tennessee. The Tennessee Titans are in the state of Tennessee. It would make sense that at least the state of Tennessee should be able to see the state's NFL football team play. Now, I am not trying to knock the Fox network because, I mean, hey, I work for a Fox affiliate and I like to keep my job. But I'm just giving a little bit of an opinion. And the fact of the matter is, I was very dissatisfied. I could not watch my game at home so I could do my live stream because the people would have wanted it. So, truth be told, Fox, we got to do better. If y'all have the Titans on Fox, you put them in the state of Tennessee. The entire state of Tennessee should be watching the Tennessee Titans. We should not be watching any other team. Screw the Eagles, screw the Saints, and screw any other team that you think is of national priority. Leave the state of Tennessee with Titan ball and Titan ball only if you're going to play it on Fox. CBS wouldn't have done that. CBS would have played the Titans. They never let me down. Now, Brandon, I agree with you on that one. Big Jeff, he needs to shut up and just play. And we do have to be consistent. This is the year I think we can do some damage. We still can make the playoff, but we're going to probably have to win out. Navy's going to lose another game or two. Northern Illinois is going to lose a game or two. Boise State kind of got to watch out for. But I think we can catch Boise State. They're not impossible to catch. I think we can catch them. So, everybody, I think that's going to do it for tonight's show. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're going to try to cheer this thing up. Monday night, we're going to get ready for a show. We're going to see if the Titans can pick up their first win or are they going into a bye at 0-4. So, ladies and gentlemen, I say thank you to all of you for tuning into TNT tonight. I'm your man, Chris, a.k.a. Blue Enforcer, a.k.a. The Truth. Again, make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already either. And hit all. And I thank y'all for tuning into the show. And I'm going to holler at y'all. and we tighten up, because that's all we know how to do. Good night, y'all.